back in Iowa. Just got done hunting a 6 or 7 day stretch up in North Dakota to close the season out up there. Ended up eating my tag. But coming back down to Iowa to finish the year. We've got 6 nights to get it done. Today is the 4th of January. Season closes, the last day is the 10th. So we got 6 evenings to get it done. Unless something shows up on the trail cameras here while we're here, I ain't got too much going on really, so we're gonna probably chase some deer on public land and see if we can't get lucky on a big buck. There were a couple deer on my cameras that I wanted to shoot, but they've been very inconsistent, almost MIA. So unless something changes here, we'll probably just keep jumping around on public land and see if we can't get lucky. But we're gonna take a quick snooze here, I think, and then start getting ready here in another hour and a half for the afternoon. Just getting dressed up. Get the head out. Hopefully we don't run into anybody at the spot we got in mind to go hunt on public. Scouted this spot a little earlier this year, and they left standing beans in a couple different spots on the public, so that's our plan tonight, is try to slip in there, and we're just going to brush in on the ground and sit over the standing beans, and hopefully the deer come out to eat tonight. It's a little bit warmer today than it's been. I think it's in the mid-30s. Wind's blowing pretty decent out of the south. But there's still snow on the ground. I would think these deer are still kind of shocked a little bit by the weather change. They've had it pretty easy, and then this front came through, and I'm sure it shocked them a little bit. So they'll probably still feed tonight, but it might be closer to dark. But hoping to get lucky. Hopefully there's a big buck in there that wants to come out and play tonight. Went in and checked these beans out. We weren't the first ones to check them out. There are tracks around. It's pretty much a horseshoe. There are tracks that way and this way. And you know what? There's only been snow on the ground for a couple days, so that tells me that there's been people sitting in here every day since it snowed. What's the likelihood of a big buck coming out here when they've been getting run off the field the last couple nights? So we're gonna move on and try to check out some other stuff quick before it gets dark. Got about 2 hours. This afternoon's been a shit show. There's people out everywhere. But found a spot that I've actually been into several times, turkey hunting, shed hunting. Nice ridge system back here, and with this wind I think we can kind of blow it off the side of the hill. There's no sign of anybody been back in here hunting, so that's a good thing. But we've only got like an hour till dark, so we're just gonna hike back in here a couple 100 yards and post up. We didn't really come prepared. We're taking cardboard chairs. Pretty much just gonna set up on the ground like we're turkey hunting.
It's January 4th. First time getting out here for the Iowa late muzzleloader season. Been up in North Dakota for the last week. Down here we got tonight and then 5 more nights down. Got JP with me. We're out on public tonight. It's been kind of a shit storm. I had a couple different spots in mind to go try and sit tonight. First one we went and checked out, there's just a ton of activity, ton of people tracks. So we backed out of that one, went and checked a couple other spots, didn't pan out. Quite a few trucks out, especially for a Tuesday. Last ditch effort, we slipped into a spot that looks really good. I've shed hunted in here, done well, turkey hunted in here. And Mike actually did a little bow hunt in here and had some good activity. We're pretty much set up on a north-south ridge. We got a southwest wind kind of blowing off the side. It's not ideal, but first shot of the night, that's a good sign. The deer must be moving. It's one of the guys we drove by earlier, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we're expecting deer to come off of this ridge. There's really good bedding off here. And head that way towards the shot. We'll see what happens. We've only got about 45 minutes till dark. We got about 5 minutes of light left here. I've seen one fox squirrel. Optimism wasn't overly high when we came into this spot. It was kind of a last-ditch effort, but we have heard 12 different gunshots go off tonight, so the deer are moving. Just not in the right spot. Back to the drawing board tomorrow. Not sure if we'll hunt some of the private land I got access to, or if we'll mess around with public some more. Temperatures are supposed to drop off, and it's supposed to be colder here the next 3 or 4 days. So hopefully we can get on something good. But if nothing happens here in the next few minutes, we're going to head back to the car, get out of here, and go get some dinner.
Hey guys, welcome back to another First Light in the Field. We just got in from another cold January hunt here in Iowa, and I just wanted to show you guys what we were wearing for gloves. I've got the Alpine cold weather gloves right here. These are the warmest gloves that First Light makes, and what's nice about these is they got a waterproof shell, they got a waterproof insert, and a wool lining on the inside. Super warm, great for late season hunting. If you haven't already, check them out on firstlight.com.
It's January 5th. We had a change in weather overnight. It was 40 degrees yesterday, and it is, I think, 9 right now. Wind chill, probably 10 below, 15 below. We're at a different piece of public tonight. We hiked 3/4 of a mile to get back in here. We got some standing beans in front of us. And I didn't get close. There's another field back behind us, and it's either corn or beans or a mix back there. Also standing. But quite a bit of deer sign in here. Shed hunt this place pretty hard. And this ridge system up here, over the backside of it, is really good bedding. I'm anticipating deer to come down off of these ridges to feed these beans tonight. Our wind is okay. It's kind of blowing back this creek bottom, which I'm sure will get busted by some deer, but hopefully the majority of them come off these hills and don't get us. I know there's big deer in this area. There is every year. And we're just gonna sit here. We got the weather. We got the food. We're gonna see what shows up here tonight. Could be good. Here we go. There's quite a few. I'm imagining they're does and fawns, but they're all coming through that tree line right now. Right on the edge of the woods. That first one is, though, to the right of them. That looks like a pretty good buck, don't it? I don't know, he almost looks like a 3-year-old. Gotta be careful with this closest doe. She's freaking staring at us. Buck's facing us, isn't he? What is he? I think I'm gonna shoot him. How far do you think that is? How's your light? You ready? What's that? Hammer. He's down on the field, buddy. That escalated quickly. We were sitting here all night, never really seen much. And then here with about 25 minutes light left, they just started pouring into these beans. I lost count at 30. I have no idea how many deer there. There's probably closer to 40 deer in this field. A lot of does. A couple decent bucks walked past. A couple small bucks. And then literally 2 minutes of shooting light left. And we get a nice buck that walks out on the field. I don't really know how big he is. He's a solid deer. And I'm gonna be happy to put my tag on him, but he come out about 120 yards. I forgot my rangefinder. Me and JP both agreed probably 120, 125 for a distance. So I put her high lungs and let her eat. I couldn't see shit. Smoke flew. He mule kicked and he ran about 40 yards and piled up. Pretty sure we watched him go down. I seen a big pile of snow. But unreal, public land. You know. Good buck. Yes, sir. Oh. It's January 5th. We're here in Iowa, and we just had ourselves a hell of a hunt on public land. I've actually never hunted this piece before. I've shed hunted it for probably the last 10 years. And I knew there was typically standing crops back in this area. Sure enough, JP and I hiked back in here this afternoon, and standing beans, and we had an awesome hunt. We had probably close to 40, if not more, deer pour into these beans in the last probably 20 to 30 minutes of daylight. And with a couple minutes of shooting light left, this buck came onto the field, and I didn't think twice about shooting him. This year's been a grind. I usually hunt private, but I really didn't have any bucks on camera that I wanted to chase here for the late season. So decided to kind of jump around on some public, and this is actually only my second night of hunting. I actually spent the last week up in North Dakota trying to fill my bow tag, and I was unsuccessful up there. But to come back home to Iowa and wrap my tag around a buck like this to end out the season is a pretty incredible feeling. Gotta thank JP. He's been rolling with me all season. Nobody better to cap off the year with right here in Iowa. Great buck, great hunt. Public or private, it don't matter. I am happy to wrap my tag on this deer. Awesome hunt.